This is Keith Price's Curtain Call. We are back here on Keith Price's Curtain Call, having a clandestine interview moment. It seems that that's been my trend lately. I've been having these, fabulous moments as I sit closer to my subject. Again, talking about the Bingham Camp Retreat and this second season that they're having, where they're premiering their new first piece of the season, The Family Resemblance, by Masi Asare, who's written the book Music and Lyrics. And of course, if you've been listening to the podcast, you might have heard my interview with her. But right now, and I have to be sassy when I say it, but right now, we are getting ready to talk to one of the stars of this new upcoming piece, Miss Shelley Thomas, who, if you have your copy of Xana Don't on your, because I do, I ain't gonna lie. If I find my iPod, I'll pull it out and show you. It's right there, because she's looking at me like he just read it off the notes. But yes, I did. But then I look back. For Xana Don't, she is an accomplished actress of her own, singing and working her way on the Great White Way, as well as around the country doing tours and all kinds of fabulousness. Miss Shelley Thomas is here with me. How you doing?
Oh, how you doing? It's so good to be with you.
Perfect for me. I love when I get to meet new people that are doing stuff that, I can't do, first and foremost. And she is going to be, as you're playing the lead, I'm assuming, considering the tone of the piece. I don't want to get all caught up in what I'm seeing, but you clearly are one of the children, if not the lead. Am I correct?
One of the children, lead, but it feels like very much this is our first day of rehearsal. But upon reading and upon being with everybody, it really does feel like a true ensemble piece, especially since it's a family drama, which that's like my favorite thing right now in theater and TV, just good stories when it's just anything with family. There's so much to mine there. So
tell me about your character in The Family Resemblance.
So I am Akoswia is the name. Akos is the nickname. One of the daughters. I have a sister named Sylvie in the piece. And I'm sort of the more straight, narrow, corporate girl. Maybe a little uptight at times. I don't want to make judgments about her. But, when I think, if we look back to Xana Don't, character Kate, it's not too far from that. A little just on her game, but having a little maybe just crisis of character and figuring out what's next. And I don't want to give it all away, but there is
she did not give me nothing, okay?
Right, and I do not want to be that one. It's all over the podcast. You ruined it. But she's a big change in her life. And, going home for Christmas, people have mixed feelings about that. With holidays, families, just tensions can run high, or it can be really great. But she has a little bit of anxiety about going home. So there's a lot of good stuff in here. And when we talk about ancestors and maybe spirits coming back, there's some of that. It's a nice mix of different things in this piece.
Well, that's Miss Shelley Thomas with me here on the Curtain Call, and we're talking about her participation in The Family Resemblance, which is a brand new piece that's going to be debuting with the Bingham Camp Retreat. They're working it out, as they say, up in the forest of Connecticut somewhere. Girl, you're going up to the woods to work. I'm scared for you, honey. I don't do good with the woods, you know what I'm saying? But what's really great, though, about this piece is like I said earlier on several other occasions, that this is another classic example of a new piece with a different voice being brought to the forefront, telling stories that you didn't think were actually possible from just the construct of what's going on. So for you and your participation in this, how excited were you to get this piece?
Well, so many things. I mean, Devin and Janky, who is the creator, along with some wonderful other people, but this Bingham Camp Theater Retreat, we go way back. I mean, he knew me when I was a baby, a theater baby. I won't give anything away about any of that, but we go way back.
That queen is hiding his age anyway, but don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Exactly. Don't go running and looking up dates and things, okay? But so we go way back, and we hadn't gotten a chance to work with each other in several years. We did a few things together after Xana, but there's been just a long period of not working with each other, and we've collaborated now on a few things this recent couple of months, and I had the pleasure of being a part of one of the singers at a recent fundraiser up at BCTR, and got to sort of just experience the joy of being there. And so just when he offered and asked me to do this, it was just a complete honor, and just to get to work with him again, to work with Masi, who, I mean, black female writer, musical theater writer, they're there, but we just don't always get to hear their pieces. And I've had the pleasure this summer of working on another piece written by some incredible black women. It's just, this is a dream, I mean, this is exactly what you put in your time for, so you can work and do some of these other things and then do something like this that feels like it's just made for you, and also just incredibly fun experience. And
love that. Shelly Thomas with me here on the Curtain Call, and we're talking about her participation in Bingham Camp Retreat Theater. Let me get it right, because that's how I do. You see, because I'm doing it without anything in my hand, trying to be all grown and stuff. The Bingham Camp Theater Retreat.org. Hey. See, because they need money. So if y'all got some money, you can send them some money. And I'm talking to Shelley Thomas here, who's a part of the production that they're working on this fall. That the beauty of what I think the Bingham Camp does is that it gives these shows an opportunity to breathe and find their place and find their way. And so for you being a part of this at the very beginning, I think that's isn't that like the dream of every actor, to be there from the very beginning, to put your stamp on this character?
Yes. I've had the privilege of being able to do that over the years. There's nothing like it. I mean, that's what you work for, an original piece. And, of course, you never know what's going to happen with a piece, but and I hope and wish wonderful things for Masi with this, and that we'll see it here in New York and everyone can come see it. But this is the core here. This is the time we get to get away from the city, from prying eyes, and give loving feedback, so she can really, and the whole team can just learn about what they want to do to either make it better or what they want to keep, and get the feedback from us, the actors, but yeah, as an actor, a theater actor, there's just nothing really better. I mean, you get to say, I created that with and collaborated with a team of people to just bring something to life, breathe life into it, and everyone grows as a result.
I love that. Shelley Thomas with me here on Keith Price's Curtain Call, and it's really funny because as you were talking about that, I was just thinking about the concept of collaboration, in that what people who go to see a show, that just basically go to see a show, they don't realize that within the construct of that show, there is so much collaboration, from the lights to the sets to the singing. I mean, at this point you're talking about, having to sing with groups and having to sing your pieces that you're getting, your solo things. You have book writer, lyricist, songwriter, which in this case happens to be the same person. And then at the same time, you have to figure out how you're going to get it produced, how it's going to end up in a theater. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the process, and your job really is to come in and just sing those songs and do those lines, right?
Yes, overall. Right, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Yes. And then at this stage, and maybe, everyone works differently, but I've learned over the years that it's good to speak up, of course, in a loving way, or however you're going to do it, or however it happens. But when you're learning about,
what is this? You gonna speak? I can't sing this damn high. See, that would be me.
Hey.
Which is change the key for me.
Time, yeah. higher. No, usually lower. When you're thinking about 8 times a week, it's got to protect the babies. But it's the time to speak up, ask questions as you get more comfortable in a career. you realize that's helpful for all, and to really dig in and understand everything that you're saying, doing the research on your own and also as a group. And and just let everybody do their thing. And then when it comes together, it's beautiful. It really is. And this is when you really get to see it in a workshop process like this, and especially when you get out of New York City. It's great living in the city and working here, but everyone needs some time away to just breathe. And I mean, Bingham Camp it's just a beautiful place to create. And it's just Masi, Dev, Mark, our musical director, everybody who's going to be up there. We're going to get so much out of it. I can feel it already. And today was the first day meeting everybody, and I had that good feeling. I was like, this is a good team put together, and they take such great care of us. And true collaboration. You always hope for, and I think it's going to be.
Right. Well, that was Shelley Thomas with me here on the Curtain Call, and you can see her if you get a chance to after we've gotten through this workshop process at the Bingham Camp, if we can eventually get to see this in a cute workshop setting, with the music stands and all. I love a good reading. That's because I'm a queen. I live for good reading. But still, I think that, again, this is one of those experiences that for people who really love theater, this is like the beginning of I guess it's the nexus of all of those collaborative energies to create the next thing. And I think that is, again, I don't really know more than what I've already read and from my short time around Dev of everything that Bingham Camp Retreat does. But I think that knowing that this is a place where the seedlings get to come and just run their feet through the dirt and find roots, that's amazing. That's an amazing thing.
As you said that, it made me think it can be very easy, especially when you've worked for many years in the business, can really it can bring you down a little bit. And I mean, this in the title, theater camp, and it might sound a little like cheesy to people, like, oh, theater camp, but to real theater lovers, and when you feel like you're getting a little, whether it's bitter or jaded, it really just brings you back to the beginning, and that seedling, and what it's about exactly, and doing something without all of the fancy lights, sound, and that's really, when you see something, you realize, and a lot of scaled-down productions that are getting popular these days, especially from London, and you realize that's all you need. I mean, the collaboration of people, and the designers, and everybody giving their input, but it's like, just have a space, bring people in it, and let's do this thing. You have some talented people, and tell the story, tell the words. And one other thing, I don't do this enough. A little shameless plug. Exactly, right? I have a few TV things coming up. People can see me on CBS Elementary, play a lawyer. So I'll be on there with Mr. Sherlock, and Shades of Blue in the winter. Yes, Lisa Liu. Yes. I'm sorry, Lucy Liu. We both butchered that. cut, snip. Yeah.
See, we're all caught up in our own.
Yes.
We're all in our own diversity mind. I ain't worried about her. Whatever. Go ahead.
But and then on NBC, Shades of Blue with another fabulous Jennifer Lopez. So it'll be coming up for me. So this is great. I got a little theater, TV going on. It's lovely. And,
there's something else that just clicked right into my head that I had forgotten until I just remembered what I had read. You used to sing with Vanessa Williams. Is that correct?
It's an ongoing thing, actually. Yeah, over a decade. Yes, I've been backup singer for her. She's best boss ever and a friend. We're still doing it. We've got some gigs after Bingham. We were in New Orleans together recently, Richmond, Virginia.
It's like I'm sitting here talking to you, and I hear your voice and your vocal pattern. I'm thinking, I can see why she's hanging out with Vanessa Williams. They kind of had that similar timbre, if you will. Ooh, honey, so. Well, that means you're doing the right stuff. Ow! Look at that. See? But you know what's so sad? That just told you how old I am.
Secret safe.
That album changed my life. Stop it. Oh, my God, the right stuff? Come on. Oh, my God. So Shelley and I, clearly, we're going to go have our Vanessa Williams moment, honey. What is it? Save the best for last. That's what we're going to do now. Ow! But again, Shelley Thomas in the Family Resemblance at Bingham Theater Camp Retreat. I'm going to get it right, I swear. Is that right? That was right. Bingham Camp Theater Retreat. Boom. BCTR. See, this is what happens when you do this without a piece of paper in your hand. Bingham Camp Theater Retreat. They need money. Go to the Bingham Camp Theater Retreat.org because, Shelley and them are up there working and stuff. They do want to eat. You can't create if you're feeling faint. Oh my God! See, you can tell that we're doing this late in the afternoon because Keith is a little punchy. But at the same time, again, like I say this to you guys all the time about supporting live theater. And, again, this is something that's happening, maybe not necessarily in your area, but this is something that can certainly be in your area. You know what I mean? It's like if you're supporting work like this, wherever you are, this is how that work will wind up coming to you. It's like a boomerang. You know what I mean? So, again, BinghamCampTheaterRetreat.org. If you got some cash, you could throw them, again, like I said, one latte. If everyone who's listening to this gave up one latte and sent that money into the Bingham Camp, you would be helping continue the work that they're doing and continue bringing new, creative, vibrant, diverse work to you and to the rest of the world. So that's a really great thing. And at the same time, look for Shelley, honey. She's on TV, touring with Vanessa Williams. What? I'm still gagging at that. I'm sorry. I love me some Nene. Anyway, so at the same time, this is one of those people that you're actually helping support when you give them a little bit of coinage. You know what I'm saying? So again, thank you, Miss Shelley. This is so fabulous. And you know what? We'll be back.